Hello, and thanks for joining me today for your practice. I really appreciate you coming by the channel. If you do enjoy practice, please like, subscribe and leave me a comment, and then other people will be able to find the practices too. Thanks very much. Hello, and thanks for joining me today. Today's practice is going to be a 1 hour stretching practice, and we're going to be looking at honouring ourselves. So as we go through life, we often have situations that come up where we have to respond quickly, and sometimes we do a good job and sometimes not so much. But whatever we're doing our best. So tonight we're honouring ourselves and sort of generating that feeling of self-respect. We'll just start in easy seat, sitting cross-legged on the floor or on a cushion to descend your hips. And just start to notice your surroundings. Feel your sit bones connecting with your mat. And start to draw your spine up tall. Imagine your crown is stretching up to the sky, connected by a golden thread. You might like to close your eyes or look down at the floor and start to notice your breath. Notice how your chest expands on the inhale and relaxes down on the exhale. Inhale and fill up with fresh, clean air. And exhale, letting go of anything that no longer serves you. Inhale, stretching up through the spine. And exhale, letting your shoulders move away from your ears. Bring your palms to the mat, palms up. Inhale and stretch your arms out to the side, up overhead, palms facing. And then exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, stretch your arms out to the side, up overhead. And then down to heart center as you breathe out. Inhale, stretching out to the side, up overhead. And then exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, stretching your arms out to the side, up overhead. And this time, have your left hand go to your right thigh and look over your right shoulder. Drop your right hand to the back. Inhale, stretching the spine up tall. And exhale, looking over your shoulder. Inhale, stretching your arms up, back to center. And then exhale, going to the other side. Right hand to the outside of your left leg. Looking over your left shoulder. Inhale, stretching up and come back to center. And exhale, rain your hands forward. Connecting with the floor, but with a flat back. Tucking in the chin, crown shines up diagonally. Inhale here, and then exhale, tucking your chin in and looking down at the floor. Inhale, walk your hands back up and back up above your head. And then exhale, drop your right hand to the mat and point your left fingers over to the right. Looking straight ahead and stretching up through your side body. Inhale, stretching up, nice and long through the side body again, and then exhale down to the other side. Connecting with your sit bone, stretching through the ribs. Inhale, stretching up. And exhale, sweep your hands to the back, fingers pointing backwards. Place your hands on the ground behind your buttocks. Squeeze your elbows and shoulder blades together and look up at the ceiling. And you might like to arch your lower back as well. for a stretch in the front body. Inhale, fill up your lungs. And exhale, grounding through the sit bones. Inhale and come up, hands above your head, and then hands to heart center, exhale. We'll come onto all fours, to tabletop position. We'll start tonight in neutral spine. So wrists under shoulders, knees under your hips, and your feet pointing straight back. Be active through the core, so knitting your ribs in. Just feel the stability here. You might like to sway your hips from side to side. Sway your shoulders from side to side. Just feel that through your wrists. Make sure that you're pressing into the tops of your fingertips. And we'll take a few cat-cows here. Inhale, draw a line up with your nose towards the sky, hips to the sky, and your belly relaxes down. And exhale, chin to chest, stretching through the back body. Inhale into cow, broad through the collarbones. And exhale for cat. Pushing the earth away. Take a few more in your own time, 2 more in your own time. Inhaling for cow. And exhaling for cat. Might like to sway from side to side a little. Just warming up the back. And come back to neutral spine tabletop. Inhale and stretch your right leg straight out at the back, parallel with the ground, toes pointing to the ground. So your hips are flat, parallel with the ground. Inhale and stretch your leg long. Exhale, knee to nose, curl in. Inhale, stretching your leg long. And exhale to curl in. 2 more. Inhale, long. And exhale, curling in. Inhale, stretching your right heel long. Exhale, coming knee to nose. Inhale, stretch long. And then exhale, return your right knee to the mat. Just check that you're now back in your tabletop position. And we'll do the left side, stretching your left leg out, toes pointing down. Inhale here and stretch long. Exhale, squeeze in tight. Inhale, stretching through the crown, all the way to the heel. And then exhale, squeezing nose towards the knee. Inhale, stretch long. And exhale, knee towards the nose. Inhaling, stretching long. And exhaling, returning your left knee to the mat. Great work. Inhale and raise your right knee up so the thigh is parallel with the mat and your shin is vertical. And start to pump your leg up and down, firming the glutes. Keep strong in the core. Head stays looking down, strong in the core. Just going up and down. A few more. And then return your right knee to the mat. Left side. So your thighs parallel with the mat, shin is vertical. And then inhale, just bringing that heel up and down. Exercising the lower core, your glutes. 2 more. And return your left knee down to the mat. Good job. So fire hydrant pose now. So lifting your right knee out to the side and then just circle your knee around. Just loosening up the hip. Going one way and then change direction. Just noticing how it feels in your right hip, top of the right thigh. And then returning your knee to the mat. Left side now, so lifting up the left knee out towards the side and then circling round, making circles with the knee. Really activating the hip joint, creating mobility in the hip, going one way and then go the other way. Just notice how it feels. Keep your core active, tucking in your ribs, and then return that knee back to the mat. Great job. Just shake out your hands for a moment. Been on our hands for quite a long time. You might want to rotate your wrists one way, then the other, or give them a good shake. Then we're back to tabletop. Inhale, tuck in your toes and come into downward facing dog. Hips high to the sky. Pressing through your fingertips, especially your little finger and your thumb. Shoulders away from the ears. Chest and forehead tracking towards the mat. Might want to walk your dog here, just stretching one leg forward and then the other. And then come into downward facing dog. Just check your alignment. And then inhale, stretching your right foot up to the sky, three-legged dog on the right side. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, right foot up to the sky. And exhale, right foot comes between your hands. You may want to step it through or move your hands to get your foot there. Lower your left knee to the mat. And you can untuck your toes. Inhale and sweep your hands forward and up above your head for low lunge and Asana. Stretching through the side body again. Just honouring ourselves, being grateful for everything that we do for ourselves and for other people. Inhale and stretch up. Exhale, left hand goes forward, right hand points back for a twist in low lunge, looking towards the right side of your mat. Inhale, stretching your arms up and coming back so you're facing forward. Exhale, rain your hands down to frame your right foot. Bring your hips back, straighten your right leg for half splits. Toes point towards your shin, broad across the chest. Inhale and just relax into the pose. Soften the jaw, soften the skin around the eyes. And just notice where your mind is. Inhale and bring your right leg back in between your hands. Pressing down with both hands. Push back as you exhale for downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg goes up to the sky. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, left leg goes up to the sky. And exhale, bring your left foot in between your hands. Lower your right knee to the mat. If your knees are sore, you can always fold your mat over to cushion it. Inhale and sweep your hands forward and up above your head for low lunge on the left side. So your left leg is in a square over your left ankle. You don't want it tracking too far forward. Stretching up through your side body. Exhaling, right hand points to forward, left hand points back. Twist on the other side, looking to the left. Good job. Scissor your thighs together if you're not balancing well. Inhale and come back to center. And exhale, rain your hands down to frame your foot. Inhale here, and on the exhale, lean back and straighten your left leg forward for half splits. You'll stretch through your hamstring, possibly through your hips. You can cup your hands, you can put them flat on the mat depending on your physical geometry. And again, just notice where your thoughts have gone. If you feel tension in your body, just breathe into that space to relax it. Inhale and bring your left foot in between your hands, legs in a square. Pressing down through both hands, tuck in the right foot. Exhale for downward facing dog. Inhale, raise your right leg up to the sky. And exhale, bring your right knee next to your right wrist. And have your right shin on the ground at a diagonal. Untuck your left leg, left foot, for half pigeon. So we've got a bit of a sway in our backs. Might need to stretch your legs out further. So it's quite a big groin stretch, this one. So it's a big stretch through the thigh and the groins. Inhale here and then exhale, and if you're comfortable you might like to go onto your forearms. And you can relax into the pose. If that's tight through the hips, just keep up on your hands. There's always options. If you're comfortable on your forearms, you may even be able to create two fists, one on top of the other with your hands, and rest your third eye on your hands. And as you are in this intense pose, just have a moment to thank yourself. Thank yourself for all of the work you do, all of the decisions you have to make every day, all of the interactions. And just know that you are doing your best. On your next inhale, come back onto your hands. Tuck in your left foot, tuck in your left toes, and then press back, exhaling into dog pose. Just pedal out your legs here, walking your dog. And then notice if one leg feels differently to the other as you settle into downward facing dog. Or one hip might feel different. Do half pigeon on the left side now. Inhale, stretch your left foot up to the sky, three-legged dog on the left side. And exhale, bring your left knee next to your left wrist. Have your left shin sort of diagonally resting on the mat. Untuck your right toes, stretch your right leg back for half pigeon on the left side. Looking forward. Feeling the stretch in your hips, your groin. And if comfortable, come onto your forearms. And if that is comfortable, you might like to stack your fists one on top of the other and rest your third eye onto your fist. Stack your hands the other way around this time. And again, just give thanks. Thanks for all that you've done today. We spend a lot of time thinking about other people. We need to nurture ourselves as well. Just take a few moments of self-care. Just tune into your breath. And on your next inhale, come back onto your hands, tuck in your right toes, exhale and come back to downward facing dog. And just observe how your hips and legs are feeling now. Walk your feet in towards your hands and come into Ragdoll. Softening over your thighs, you can have a bend in your knees if that serves you. And just sway from side to side, opposite hand to elbow. Lengthening through the back, the hamstrings. And then relax your hands down to the floor. Tuck your chin into the chest. And on your next inhale, roll up to standing mountain pose. Vertebrae by vertebrae. In your mind's eye, see each vertebrae stacking one on top of the other. And last of all, raise your head. Circle your shoulders. Good work. Coming to the front of your mat for salutation A, sun salutation A. First of all, just grounding through your feet and coming into Tadasana. Nice and stable, connected with the ground. Tailbone pointing down towards the earth, crown up towards the sky. Elbow creases shine forward. Inhale, stretching your arms out to the side, up overhead, stretching up. And exhale, hinging at the hips, reining your hands forward or having them in Namaste pose and down to forward fold. Inhale for halfway lift. And exhale, forward fold, planting your hands on either side of your feet. Coming back into downward facing dog. Inhale and come into supported plank, knees on the mat, body is at a diagonal and your shoulders are over your wrists. Tucking in your core, nice and strong in your plank, pushing up through the shoulders. And then tucking your elbows in towards your ribs, inhale, and on the exhale, lower down slowly to the mat. Belly comes down to the mat, chest comes down to the mat. Pressing into the tops of your feet, hands under the shoulders, inhale, and come up for baby Cobra. Take a breath here, broad through the shoulders, and then exhale to soften down. Inhale, tuck in your toes, come up to tabletop, and exhale for downward facing dog. Inhale, and bring your right leg in between your hands for low runner's lunge, looking forward. Feeling that stretch in your left thigh, in the groin, and even perhaps across your shoulders as you stretch down to the earth. Inhale here, and on the exhale, push off with your left foot and bring your left foot to meet your right forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, and exhale, forward fold. Inhale, root to rise, coming right up, stretching out with your hands above your head, and hands together as you exhale, hands to heart center. Take a moment here just to notice how you feel. Notice the warmth and the energy that you're creating. And then down to hands down to mountain pose. Inhale, arms stretch out to the side, up overhead. Raining down your hands for forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, forward fold. Plant your hands on either side of your feet and come step back into dog pose. Inhale here, and on the exhale, knees go to the mat. Shoulders are over the wrists for supported plank. Active in the core. Inhale, tuck your elbows in towards your ribs, and exhale, lowering down to the mat. Pressing through the tops of your feet, knees lift off the mat. Inhale for baby cobra. And exhale, coming down. Inhale, push up into tabletop, tuck in your toes. Exhale for downward facing dog. And from downward facing dog, inhale. And on the exhale, bring your left foot between your hands for low runner's lunge. Stretching the right heel back, looking forward. Inhale here, and then exhale, push off with your right foot and bring your right foot to meet your left, low forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, and exhale, forward fold. Inhale, stretching arms out to the side, up overhead, palms together. Exhale, hands to heart center. Great work. Wonderful. Sun salutation B with standing poses. So inhale, stretch your arms out to the side, up overhead. Rain your hands down for forward fold. Plant your hands and step back into dog pose. Inhale here, and then exhale, knees to the mat to plank. Elbows into the waist and come down for flat to the mat. Hands under the shoulders. Stretching through the crown of the head. Inhale, coming up into Cobra. And exhale, softening down. Inhale, pushing up into tabletop, tucking in the toes, and exhale for downward facing dog. Start our standing poses. So inhale, right leg goes up to the sky. Exhale, right foot comes in between our hands. So your right leg is in the square, your left foot is flat on the mat at 60 degrees. Inhale, stretch your left arm forward. Exhale, push up into warrior two. Shoulders stack over hips. Your right hand is pointing forward, left hand is pointing back. Nice and wide with your arms. Beautiful. Tuck in the right hip and look over your right fingers. Relax the jaw. Active in the core to protect your lower back. Inhale and flip your right hand and point it up to the sky for reversing your warrior. Drop your left hand to your left thigh. Just take a couple of breaths here. Inhale, stretch up, and then exhale, come back to warrior two. Now we're going to go into half moon pose, so Ardha Chandrasana. So we're going to step the back foot in a little bit. Going to bend through the right leg, and we're going to sort of cartwheel down with the right hand onto the floor in front of the right leg and raise the left foot up so it's parallel with the floor. Beautiful. And concentrate on stretching that left leg back. It will give you stability. Doming through the hand, and the other hand goes up towards the sky. Good job. Great job. See if you can look at this point to give yourself a focus so you don't wobble quite so much. Inhale here, and on the exhale, bending the right knee and dropping the left leg back. Coming back up into Warrior Two. Excellent work. Really great. Inhale here. Exhale, cartwheel your hands forward to frame your right foot. Left toes point forward. And push back into downward facing dog. Just take a couple of breaths here. Left side now, so inhale, stretch your left leg up to the sky. Exhale, bring your left foot in between your hands. Your left leg is in a square. Your right foot is at 60 degrees flat on the mat. Inhale, stretch your right arm forward. Exhale, cartwheel it back to the back of your mat for Warrior Two on the left side. Tucking in the left hip. Head over heart, heart over hips. Just have a look at your back hand. Make sure that your arms are level. Sometimes they go a bit higher or lower. And you might like to stretch back your arms a bit further, your hands a bit further towards the back to broaden through the chest. Inhale, flip your left palm and point up to the ceiling for reversing your warrior. Right hand to the back of your right thigh. Inhale, stretch up, and exhale, come back to Warrior Two. Now we'll do the half moon pose. So first of all, bringing in that back foot about halfway, bending the front foot and planting your left hand down on the ground, stretching the right leg back towards the back of the mat. And when you have your balance, you might like to raise your right hand up towards the sky. Find your drishti, your point of focus, and see if you can return your focus, your inward focus, to your breath. Inhale, stretch your leg long. Exhale, bending through the front foot, dropping the right foot back and coming back into Warrior Two. Good work. Inhale, stretch your arms long, and exhale, cartwheel your hands forward so they frame your left foot. Twist your right toes, they're facing forward, and push back into downward facing dog. Inhale, knees to the mat for plank, supported plank, untucking your toes. Inhale here, and on the exhale, tuck your elbows towards the ribs, lowering down to the mat. Inhale for baby cobra. And exhale to soften down. Inhale, tabletop, tuck in your toes, and exhale for downward facing dog. Allow your forehead and chest to sink towards the mat. And then walk your hands towards your feet and sway from side to side. Opposite hand has opposite elbow, crossing the other way. come up to standing, rolling up the spine, vertebrae by vertebrae. And rolling out the shoulders. Great work. Okay, coming into a wide-legged stance at the moment. Inhaling and stretching your arms out to the side. And as you exhale, bring your right arm at a right angle in front of you. Yes. Inhale, stretch your left arm long, and then wrap it underneath your right arm and catch either your wrist, your sleeve, or your palm, if you can get both palms to catch together. It's quite a strong shoulder stand, shoulder stretch, this one. And just have your elbows a little bit higher than you would expect them to be, and your palms out a little way, so like that. So stretching a little bit through the legs, active through the core, eagle arms, just look just in front of the arms. And then inhale, arms out to the side. Exhale, bring your left arm across in a square. Wrap your right hand underneath and round. Catching hold of your sleeve, your wrist, or you might be able to catch your thumbs or your palm. And again, bring the elbows up a little bit, hands away from the face, and relax the shoulders down. So you feel that little stretch through the deltoids. Inhale, stretch wide. You might like to get your legs a little bit wider. We're going to go into goddess pose. So feet pointing out slightly. Hands come to heart center. And then we're going to shimmy down to goddess pose. So bend one knee and come down a little way, and then the other one, and then the other one, until you find a comfortable place to be in it's a goddess squat. Quite strong through the thighs, keep the back straight, so that's your limiter. When your back starts to go forward, that's where you stop. Beautiful. Inhale here, and exhale, bend forward and put your hands on the floor in front of you, straighten up your legs. So wide leg forward fold, your hands are under your face, so it's a half forward fold to the flat back. Inhale and stretch your right hand out to the side and then point it up towards the sky, following it with your eyes, and then exhale, bringing that right hand back to the mat. Left side now. Inhale, following your hand out to the side, up towards the sky, and exhale, following your hand back down to the mat. Good job. With your hands on the mat or floor, bend your knees and see if you can come back up to yogi squat. Might have to push yourself up a little way. Nice work. And then straighten your legs up and come back to Tadasana, mountain pose. And just notice what's happening in your body. Feel the connection with the earth. Notice your breath. Just focus on the body. Let the thoughts take care of themselves. And we'll come to staff pose, Dandasana, sitting on the floor. Legs straight out in front. And another pose for the shoulders. And inhale, stretch our right arm up in front of us, up overhead, and then drop it behind. So it's sort of on the shoulders, perhaps in between the shoulder blades, depending on how far I can get it. Inhale, stretch your left hand out to the side, wrap it around and see if your left hand is anywhere near your right hand. So you might be able to grab hold of your t-shirt so you can kind of pull your hands towards each other. So your right elbow is up to the sky and left one is wrapped around. You might be able to walk your hands up to grab hold of the fingers. So just sitting up straight, active in the core, tucking in the chin. And your right elbow goes back. Don't want it going forward, want it to be stretching up towards the sky. Inhale here, and then exhale to release. And just rotate your shoulders a few times with your shoulder shrugs. Now the left side, inhale, left arm points forward, stretches up to the sky, and then relax your hand down onto your shoulders. So your elbows pointing up to the sky. Stretch your left arm out, the right arm out to the side. Sweep it around and have your right hand tracking up your back. You might be able to get hold of your t-shirt, or you might be able to get hold of your fingers. And then just rest in the position that you find is suitable for you. Left elbow pointing upwards, active through the core. Inhale here, and then exhale to relax and release. Give your shoulders a roll. Good work. Now seated knee to nose, so right sole of the right foot is next to the left thigh, and the knee is falling out to the side. The left leg is active, toes pointing towards the shins. Inhale, stretch your arms out to the side, up overhead. And exhale, looking at your left leg, bending from the hips and coming forward, raining your hands down. They might be on your thigh, around your knee, your shin, or you might be able to get hold of your big toe, or your feet. Still looking forward. Inhale, stretching forward, and then exhale, lowering your head to soften down, looking at your knee. Inhaling and exhaling and softening. You might feel this in your right hip, in your left hamstring, or in your back. Inhale, stretch your arms long, up overhead, and exhale, hands to heart center. Doing a twist on this side, so raising the right knee up towards the sky, right foot is flat on the mat. Inhale and just wrap your left arm around your right shin. Stretch your right hand up to the sky, inhaling, and exhaling, drop it behind you for an easy twist. Tucking in your chin, long through the neck as you inhale. And as you exhale, just soften and find a twist in your body, not your neck, your body. Your thigh is right against your torso. Inhale and stretch long. Exhale and look a little bit further towards the back of the mat. Inhale, leaving your legs where they are. Bring your hands to frame your left hip for a counter twist. And then come back to center. Straighten your right leg, and we'll go on the left side. Left foot is next to your right thigh. Your left knee is dropping out to the side. Inhale, stretch your arms out overhead. And then exhale, rain your hands forward, looking at your right leg. Just go down as far as is comfortable. You might have your hands on your thigh, either side of your knee, your shin, or down to your leg, your foot. Inhale and stretch forward, and exhale to soften towards your leg, looking at your right knee. Inhale, stretch your arms long, bring them up overhead, and exhale, hands to heart center. Bring your left knee up towards the sky, left foot flat on the floor. Inhale here and exhale, wrap your right arm around your left shin. Squeeze it in tight. Then inhale, raise your left hand and drop it right behind you on the mat. Just experience that length through the spine, all the way from your tailbone, up your vertebrae, through the back, up to the crown of your head. And as you exhale, just move your torso around a little further. Just soften into the twist. On the inhale, stretch up tall. And on the exhale, twist a little further. On your next inhale, leave your legs where they are. Frame your right hip with your hands. And then straighten out your legs. Wonderful. Coming into bridge pose, so lying on the ground. Have your heels behind your buttocks, hip width apart. And just rock to one side and tuck in your shoulder blade, and then rock to the other side and tuck in the opposite shoulder blade. And have your hands on the mat, palms down, so arms are straight. Inhale, pushing up through your heels, hips go towards the sky, lengthening through the spine, so your tailbone goes away from your head. Inhaling and filling up the chest with lots of air, and exhaling, hold here, looking straight up at the ceiling all the time. You might feel that through your thighs, your hips. Inhale here, and on the exhale, peel your spine back down to the mat, like you're laying it out in front of you. We'll do that one more time. Just make sure your shoulder blades are still tucked under your body. Palms are down, inhaling, pressing through the pressing through the heels, hips go up to the sky. And this time, on the next inhale, raise your hands up towards the sky, and on the exhale, drop them over your head to the other side. Fingertips down to the mat, fingernails on the mat or on the floor. Hips are still high. Inhale here, filling up, and exhale, lower the spine down. Keep the arms where they are. Good work. So we've got to get those hands down, so we're going to go back up again. Inhale, pressing through the heels, hips go to the sky. Exhale, hands come up towards the sky and then drop down towards the mat. Still in bridge pose. Firmly press your hands into the mat. Just get a bit higher. Big inhale, and then exhale, lowering the spine down to the mat. Great work. Just roll over to your right side and push up to a seat. Just going to go into camel pose, modified camel pose. So come into kneeling. Inhale, stretch your arms up above the head, palms facing. Exhale, hands sweep behind your back and hands are on your buttocks, fingers facing down like they're in your jeans pockets. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Inhale and look up at the ceiling and lean back slightly into your hands for modified camel. Take a few breaths here. Inhale, come up, hands out to the side, up overhead, and then hands to heart center, exhaling. Coming into child's pose, your knees are out as wide as the mat. Big toes are touching, and allow your hands to slide forward on the mat as your chest and forehead go towards the mat. Softening into the mat, child's pose. Just breathe through your back body. Notice your lungs expanding. Soften the torso down towards the mat as you honour yourself. The ground rises up to meet you and support you. You might like to roll your head from side to side, massaging your third eye, letting go of any regrets, of anything that hasn't happened or happened. And then just settling into child's pose again. And then raising yourself up into tabletop and stretching forward. So you're lying on your stomach and your hands are stretched out and your arms are stretched out in front of you. Feet are flat on the mat. And again, your forehead is on the mat. And just relax here, allowing the earth to support you. Meeting yourself as you are today. Paying yourself due respect and honour. Take a deep breath here, inhaling, noticing how your ribs expand out to the side, and exhale, sinking further into the mat. And when you're ready, rolling over onto your back. Have your heels next to your buttocks, hip width apart. Cross your right leg over your left in a nice tight cross. Have your hands and arms out in a T shape and drop both legs to the right, looking to the left. allowing yourself to relax, allowing the hips to soften, side body to stretch. Inhale and bring your knees back to centre, uncross your legs and cross them the other way. Nice tight cross, left over right. Inhale, and on the exhale drop both knees to the left and look to the right. Notice how your hips feel on this side. Breathing through the side body, stretching long. And inhale and bring both knees back to centre. And bring both knees in towards the chest. Hug your shins tightly in, massaging your digestive organs, rolling from side to side, massaging your back body. And then sending your legs long for relaxation. Have your arms next to you, palms up, fingers relaxed. Allow your ankles to relax, feet to drop out to the side. Just focus on your breath for a moment. Take a deep inhale and then purse your lips as though you were drinking through a straw and exhale through your pursed lips. Take another deep inhale. And again, exhale through your pursed lips. Take one more deep inhale. Relax your lips, open your mouth and just sigh it out. Oh. And then relax your lips and visualize your body relaxing. Feet and ankles relax. Calves and knees relax. Thighs and hips relax. Abdomen relaxes. Pelvis relaxes down. Hands and wrists relax. Forearms and elbows relax. Upper arms and shoulders relax. Collarbone and neck relax. Chest relaxes down. Jaw and tongue relax. Pull your lips back from the teeth and then replace them in a gentle smile. Raise your eyebrows and stretch your scalp, and then soften the skin around your eyes, skin around your face. And as the body relaxes, so the mind follows. If thoughts arise, allow them to pass, like clouds in the sky of your mind. Allow your breathing to deepen. Introduce some movement into your hands, your fingers. Start to wiggle your toes and feet. You might like to stretch your arms long overhead. Stretch your feet, your legs. And when you're ready, curl in tight and roll over to one side. And take a few breaths there. As you integrate your practice and transition. And when you're ready, sit up in easy seat. Connect your sit bones to the earth, the crown of your head stretching up towards the sky. Experience that space that you've created in your spine, in your chest, in your mind. Inhale and bring your hands to heart center. Exhale, we bow our thinking mind to our loving heart in gratitude for practice today and in gratitude for everything that has brought us here, the people, the circumstances, and nature itself. Be well and namaste. I hope you enjoyed today's practice. If you did, please subscribe so you can get more just like this. You might like to leave a comment about what you enjoyed and what you'd like to see in the future so that other people can find the practices too. Thank you. Bye.